I always get curious. What do you think about when you're actually driving here? It fascinates me because I know myself, I've got so many things going on in my mind. I got like, oh, I got to say how to talk, and I'm going to do a little welcome thing, and I'm going to do all this stuff. And then the brain has a tendency to jump in there and go, yeah, but what about this thing over here? And what about this thing over here? And what about this thing over here? Does that happen to anybody else? Yeah, so I'm not alone, thank goodness. And it's like one of those things where I really have to pay attention because if I'm not careful, the next thing that can happen is now I'm going to go into, well, what about this and what about that? And it can go from kind of like this really happy, joyful, because I really do love this, by the way. This is like a really fun thing for me. And so I enjoy this, but if I'm not careful, then all of a sudden my brain can start to take me into, well, maybe this isn't going to be so fun. Or maybe I should be thinking about this thing a little bit more. Or maybe I should be thinking about this thing a little bit more. And then all of a sudden, if I'm not careful, what happens is my vibration will literally start to go womp, 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 right? And so I just find it interesting that as we get together and we start talking about these truth principles, which Unity talks about, and we talk about this idea of the truth is that we're energy, we're a vibrational being, and I sit there and I play with this techniques, I play with these tools that we talk about here at Unity, that it's the embodiment of the tools. You've got to go through the process of learning the tools, first of all. So we start off with this process, okay, let's learn what the tools are, but then it's a matter of, well, yeah, but are you embodying them? Because if they stay here, you're wasting your time. That's called entertainment. And that's not really going to serve you, especially if there's something inside of your heart that's telling you, hey, there's something more here. I want a bigger experience. I want to feel the divine flowing through me. I want to feel my connection to God. I want to feel my connection to this earth. I want to feel my connection to each other. The wholeness. I want to be a part of this thing. And I really believe that that's possible. And then when you open yourself up to that, then what happens is you start becoming extremely sensitive to your own energy. And you can tell, well, this feels good, and this is healthy for me, or bah, it doesn't feel good. But it's becoming aware of what's going on right here is the biggest thing when I start to practice these principles and tools, constantly always thinking, what am I thinking? And to take that one step further, then what you can do is you can actually get to the point to where you go, wait a minute. Every single time I wind up in a funky space, it's probably because of some thoughts. What if we just bypass that? What do you mean? Yeah. What if you just stop thinking? You can do that? You can do it. It's called present moment. It's called awareness. It's called being the embodiment of the present moment. Because in the present moment, when you're really in it, there's no thinking involved. Zero. What are you doing? You're just present. You're just present. And you're standing in presence. There's no thinking. You're just being. It's pure beingness. And that's when you really start to have the experiences where you feel completely connected with God, and there's no thinking, and you don't have the little chipmunks running around your head going, "Wah, meh." And yet the reality is, we all, myself included, go there. But I think it's a beautiful awareness just to have, in terms of especially the potential. You are all divine. You are. We all are. We just forgot. And one of the things that we do when you come into Unity and you actually start studying truth principles is you realize and understand that the only reason that's not your experience is because of all the garbage that was put in your head. And not by you, by the way. You didn't do it. No, it was programmed into your head when you were a kid by your parents, by society, by religion, by, well, I don't know, fill in the blanks, by a lot of things. And then all of a sudden you start to realize that and go, wait a minute. So if that's true, and I've got all of these thoughts that are going on inside of my head that aren't really my thoughts, why would you not want to change that? Well, wait a minute. So let me get this right. You can change your beliefs. You can change your thoughts. Yes, you can. Yeah, you can. And if you really look at it on a deeper level, on a metaphysical level, and that's one of the reasons I love unity, is because on a metaphysical level, it's exactly what Jesus was telling everybody to do. When you look at it and you interpret his teachings on a deeper level, you understand he wasn't saying, follow me, the man Jesus Christ. He was saying, follow me, the indwelling Christ. So in other words, there is a part of you that is the same in me as it is in you. Follow me doesn't mean follow, it means follow this, the indwelling Christ. So I don't get it then. What are you telling me? Are you telling me then that I have something inside of me, the same thing that Jesus had inside of me, and if I pay attention to it and start building a relationship with it, then my entire life will change, because then I'll remember who I am, and then I can be connected with God, and I can be connected with everything else? Yes. Yeah. That's what those teachings are. And in that, you go from this thing that we've all been taught, at least I was, that there's this thing out there that's separate from us, that's called God, and he's this old man up in the sky, and he's got the list, and we got to sit there and make sure that we check all the boxes on the list, because if we don't, then look out. And all of a sudden, you just let all that stuff go, and you understand that you're one with it, that you're beautiful, perfect, and complete, just as you are right here, right now. And nothing other than you can separate yourself from that. I'm going to say that again. Nothing but you can separate yourself from God. God knows who you are, fully aware of who you are. Why? Because you're part of him, her, it, they, whatever you want to call it. You're a part of it. God's fully aware of it. But somehow, someplace, again, we have forgotten. And so that's what we do here. In a nutshell, to the best of our ability, each of us are doing it to the best of our ability. We're trying to remember it. And guess what? You're going to have times when you're on the mountaintop screaming, "Look, I got it." And then what happens? Then you're going to stumble. And then you're going to fall. And then that's where we come together as a community. No one's asking anybody to do it perfectly. That is not the game. The game is just learn a few tools, practice a few of them, start to embody them, and then watch what happens as your life changes.